Welcome to the Lawless Astrology channel. My name is Daphne and I'm an evolutionary astrologer. What we're going to look at today is 5 ways to deal with eclipse season, this particular Pisces lunar eclipse that we're all still under, and just all this kind of buildup of Pisces energy before things start to flip over into Aries. So if that's interesting to you, I hope you stick around. What we do on this channel is we look at the cosmos and the planetary energy, and we figure out how we can integrate that and work consciously with it down here on planet Earth to live a more peace-filled, fulfilling life. So if that's content you're interested in, here we go. So 5 things that we can do during this time to stay sane, really. Because I don't know about you guys, but this has been a doozy of an eclipse season for a lot of people I know. And I, for one, have felt very spacey. That's one of the big things that I have noticed is I am definitely in my Pisces spacey, like forgetting things or just kind of, overwhelmed. So what is the more conscious best use of Pisces energy? And so let's dig in. Number 1, rest. Have you guys been tired? I've been more tired than usual. I fell asleep last night at like 8 o'clock. I have no idea why. My family was watching TV and I was like, I'm out. Good night. So sleep is really important right now. Sleep and dreams. Pay attention to your dreams. If you are someone who likes to journal about your dreams. But if you're not a journaler, I'm personally not. One of the things that you can do is just before you go to bed, ask for answers to your questions. Ask for guidance. Kind of set an intention to remember your dreams. It actually does help. It's like if you let yourself know, I would like to work some things out in the night, but I would like to be able to access that information in the morning. We all dream most every night. And oftentimes we're so busy and we're so in our day-to-day world that we forget to, that we're working things out in our dreams. And sometimes those dreams, even if it's just this unconscious processing, if we can access a little of that information, there's something there for you. Last week, I had a dream, and as I was waking up, I told myself, don't forget the word Gideon. Now, I don't know why and I looked it up and I still haven't figured out what that's about. But so feel free in the comments if you're familiar with anything Gideon related. I did look it up and it seems to be a Bible story that doesn't mean that much to me. But there's something there and I haven't figured it out yet. So I think there's something about kind of asking for guidance in your dreams. I've had a lot of dreams and so has my family about death. And, so what are those deaths symbolizing? So work with your dreams. And rest. Give yourself permission to rest right now. So that's number 1. Number 2 is nature. This is a very healthy Piscean thing to do, to go for a walk in nature. Go reconnect with the land. Go reconnect with the trees and the leaves. And, you don't actually have to hug a tree, but you can. And I have been known to hug a tree. So just kind of get out into the quiet, really, more than anything. If you can walk near water is so important for Piscean energy. Water is incredibly healing. So if you live near a lake or an ocean or a river, connect with bodies of water. Take time to sit by the ocean and let the powerfulness of the fact that there's a whole other world that doesn't have any idea what's happening in the news, that has no idea that people are being shipped off to Venezuela or where El Salvador in, the dark of night. These things that are happening that can be very confusing and stressful to us. The fish and the dolphins and the seals don't know about Doge. So breathe into that. Okay, breathe into the fact, like sit by a body of water and think about the fact that there's this whole other world where our actions here on land do impact the oceans. They do impact our waterways, but that's not the right thing to think about right this second. There's going to be a time where that's the important thing to think about. But think about honoring the vastness of the mystery of the ocean and the unexplored territories in our own unconscious. And that's really a big tie-in with these big bodies of water, is like there's an unconscious, there's a collective unconscious, right? So that's kind of like, if you go out, connect with something bigger than yourself and know there's so much going on that we don't see. Okay, art and music. How does that happen? How does this beautiful expression of ourselves happen? Tap into your own creativity, create art, create music, dance. If you don't feel like you like to do that, that's fine. Get in your car, crank up some classical music, something that stirs your soul, and just drive to nowhere, get lost. That's very Piscean. So right now, what it is about surrendering. Okay, this is what the number 5 is the lead up to all of this. But number 4, meditation. This is a good time to meditate. If you don't know how to meditate, the Calm app has some really amazing guided meditations, and it's very accessible. Yoga Nidra. There's on YouTube, you can find some wonderful yoga nidras. This is a time of just surrender, relaxation, and clearing your mind, getting in touch with, like I said, what's deeper, what's important, what's unseen, what's bigger than what we're reading on MSNBC or right? Like, so this is like get out of the mundane and the everyday and let your monkey mind relax, because there's going to be information that comes to you. You're going to be working on a very unconscious level right now. There's things happening right now. Seeds are being planted within you, within the collective, that in the coming months are going to be activated in a new way. And so this is actually a time of surrender. This is actually a time during this Pisces season and under this current eclipse. It really is about kind of surrendering the need to control, because we're still like feeling the impacts of that recent eclipse that was a South Node eclipse in Virgo. And Virgo is about worry and control in the mind. And so what we want to do is get back into the heart. We want to get into a sense of understanding that the universe is bigger than our concrete personal world. And I'm saying this as somebody who is just as concerned about what's happening as everyone else. I'm just saying to working with the planetary energy right now. This is not about being passive and not caring. It's actually about figuring out. It's not about figuring out anything, actually. It's about surrendering and letting the unconscious work that needs to take place right now of healing within you heal. Okay? Very important time. Loving kindness meditation. That's another form of meditation. If you're familiar with Pema Chodron, I remember I was really big into this at one point in my life, where it's kind of, and some people say it's the opposite, but the reality is it's about breathing in and breathing out and focusing on loving kindness. May all beings feel loving kindness. Like really, really understanding that you can breathe in the problems of the world and breathe out loving kindness. Or I've heard it the other way too, which is you breathe in loving kindness and you exhale out what you no longer want to hold within you. Okay? So may all beings, even the people that we do not understand what they are going through and why they are behaving the way they are behaving, Can we tap into loving kindness for them? It's a tough one. But under this perfect Virgo eclipse, this Piscean energy, that is the higher road. The higher road is letting go of pettiness, letting go of criticism, letting go of holding on to grievances, and understanding that we're all connected. I'm connected to you, you're connected to me, and we're connected to all of the things that we dislike. Because there is this greater shadow. You know, the darkness of the ocean that we do not understand. There was a big, ugly fish. And it terrifying, the stuff of monsters and nightmares that just came up from the ocean. I saw it in the news not that long ago. It came up, it surfaced. Now, probably has something to do with climate change. We can, but also there is synchronicity and there are, no coincidences. So thinking about the fact that these, kind of scary monsters are coming to the surface. The shadow is coming to the surface and being exposed. How do we sit with that? How do we tap into that energy? What do we do with that? Okay, what we do with that is we feel the feels. Number 5. Forgive my crazy Band-Aid. I cut myself when I was cutting up my son's lunch. Feel the feels. All of this stuff helps us get into our feelings. And that's ultimately what Pisces is about, is kind of feeling it all. And the lower Pisces wants to escape. Lower Pisces wants to drink it away, wants to drug it away, wants to eat it away, wants to watch TV, wants to just zone out and be spacey like I've been spacey. Forget it all because it's too much. But the higher expression during this time is to feel the feels. So cry. If you can access that, cry. It's okay. This is really awful. Everything that's coming up right now is awful and hard. Grieve, because we're going through a lot of endings. We're seeing a lot of endings around the world. Forgive. That's a tough one too. But know that forgiveness unlocks the door to your own healing. Who do you need to forgive? How can you forgive them? Now, I need to take a little of my own medicine because I got that MAGA neighbor, And every time I drive my son to school, there's this giant Trump banner that I have to drive past. May all beings feel love and kindness. Feeling the feelings, feeling your anger. Feel it all. Feel it all. That's the Pisces thing, is to feel it all, because when we feel it all, we know that everyone else is feeling it all too. So I'm going to go through these again and understand that they all lead up to the feeling of the feels. So rest. If you're tired, rest. Take care of yourself. This is a time for self-care. Dream. Pay attention to your dreams. Ask for guidance in your dreams. Connect with your spirit guides. Ask them to help you during this time to feel comforted. It's okay to ask for support. Praying. These are all, in that same realm. Nature and water, going out. Nature is incredibly healing. This is a time for us to heal because it's full of endings. It's full of grief. It's full of surrender. There's new beginnings coming. And those new beginnings, once that happens, it's going to go like so fast. Things are going to speed up like you are not going to believe. It really is. So while Neptune is still in Pisces, and we're under this eclipse until the 29th when we have the lunar eclipse, while we're still under this energy, tap into what your emotional needs are and tap into your love. Tap into universal love. Tap into forgiveness, gratitude, appreciation. All these things that are not necessarily coming easy to any of us right now. Art and music, again, get lost. Get lost in something that moves you. All of this is to stir your emotions. Meditations and, everything is all about getting you to a place of being heart-centered. Yeah, I got a comment on one of my videos like, love your video, girl, but you're very solar plexus centered. You get heart centered. And my first instinct was to say like, okay, dude, I'm trying so hard. Like I'm balancing so many things and then like trying to get in front of these videos to give some good information, right? So that's like my Virgo South Node defensive posture. And then I was like, wow, he's right. Like I need to calm and settle before I make these videos. So I don't have a bunch of likes and and ums and coming from a place of being in the mind versus being in the heart. Because I know that the ones that I do from the heart resonate more. So get in your heart chakra. I'm not telling you everything's going to be easy peasy. But I'm telling you, this is what the cosmos is asking of us right now, is to feel our feelings, to pay honor to our feelings, and then to pay honor to the feelings of others as well, like compassion, empathy. We are all one. Every single person watching this video is a part of me. I am a part of you. We are all a part of our MAGA neighbors. As hard as that is to accept. And the more that we can forgive and send kindness out into the world, it is going to ripple out. And this is a time for healing. And you can be selfish about this in the sense that this is healing for you. This healing that we are all doing. My MAGA neighbor's dog is barking, so maybe he's agreeing. I need to move on and be nice to my neighbor. Not that I'm mean to him, but come on. Okay, all right. Those are the 5 things that I would say are survival techniques right now to get through this week. This is a big week of Piscean energy. We are going to, by next week, start to really, get cooking with gas when it comes to entering into Aries season. Once the sun goes into Aries, we are going to have a Venus star point in Aries. Then on the 29th, we're going to have Neptune going into Aries, which is a whole big long cycle, like a 14-year cycle. We'll get a little bit more Neptune in Pisces, I believe in the fall, it retrogrades. But for a while, there's going to be kind of like, imagine being in a car and somebody just, you got on the highway, like you're driving around the back roads and then suddenly you get off and you're on the highway and you're going faster. And so right now, take this time to rest, feel, go out in nature, do your thing. I know I'm being repetitive. There's a reason and a season for it all. The universe is conspiring to help us. And I am absolutely grateful for every single person that tunes into these videos. Please do like, subscribe, and share. It does make a difference, and I'm grateful. I have so many people that comment on my videos. Your engagement does matter, and it does matter to me. I try to respond to every comment that I get, unless it's nasty. And even sometimes I do those. But I do take them all to heart, and I'm grateful for each and every one of you. Go out, embody Pisces. Till next time, stargazers.